Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 104 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of August 25th, 2018. I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, my engineers are Wybold and Milky, or Nick, and our fireman is TJ.
Hello.
And our brakeman on this episode is Eric, and you can see that Jader's been supplanted by his Berkshire, and we have substitutes currently for Chris and TBA because they don't have icons yet. But anyway, before anyone gets too confused, the train will terminate at this station.
Hurry, step right up and see the amusement park of Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah, see? Put up your dukes. Trains. Something about trains. Is that what we're here to do?
No. Incorrect.
Okay. Anyway, class on mental
hoping somebody would check that out.
Class on mental responsibility. Let's just move forward with this. Also, we had one accident. One.
Wow.
This never happens. However, it did prompt an evacuation, so...
Oops.
Oh,
well, if you're gonna have one accident, might as well make it a big one.
Yeah, serious.
Well, I'm not sure everything that happened. I'm trying to load the article right now so I can see. But it just says it prompted an evacuation. Now, that said, usually when it's like a tank car, everyone gets evacuated anyway, no matter what happens. But this is pretty bad. Okay, 15 cars off the tracks. This is BNSF. San Bernardino. 11 of the 15 cars are tank cars, 9 of which are leaking. Oh, geez.
And as the liquids go, they were denatured alcohol, potassium oxide, and generic flammable liquid.
Generic
I feel like that's a placeholder.
Liquid. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know that. That's in every video game.
Yeah, they're always in red barrels, right?
Yeah.
Generic flammable liquid. That's interesting. They didn't want to say that they spilled jet fuel all over the place.
Good news is fire officials have
flammable liquid.
Yeah, fire officials have said no fire or vapor clouds, so that's good.
Which is really good for California because they really need less things to be
on fire. They don't need more fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way Oregon.
During the closure, several residents said they were frustrated because they had no way of getting home because they blocked roads.
Oh, too bad.
BNSF, get good. But BNSF is the only derailer this week, so I guess that's...
Derailer.
Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Anyway, let's move on. What have we all done this week? I did a route review on Jader's route, like literally a couple of hours ago, because I had to get all the dependencies for it, and then I made a mistake and had to get them all again. I am going to be, within the next couple of weeks, probably downloading on the order of 1,000 assets for Tane.
That's a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm beginning a policy of trying to keep all the ones that are on the DLS saying installed from DLS. You know, if you have a DLS asset but you install it from like a dep pack or something and it's still say modified.
Yep. Right.
That's a pain for me because if I'm trying to check to see if an asset is something I can use on Tolbrin, then I check it and it says modified and I go, wait, is this on the DLS or not? I have to figure it out. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to use the filters to pick out all of the assets that are on the DLS and modified that I have, delete every single one of them and re-download them. So,
yikes.
That's going to be a lot.
However,
the reason I did this again is because I started putting things together to review Jader's route. I'll have there'll be a video on that, so I don't need to talk about it that much now. If Jader was here, I would talk with him about it. But he got a lower score than last time. And the reason he did is not because the route is worse. It's because the standard for routes has gone up since then. It used to be amazing. His route was fantastic, but it was done in 12, and we've all gotten better at making routes since then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, him included. And this is an older route that he's trying to bring up to speed, so it's, I had to look at it from that point of view, but it wasn't too different. And, I was blown away, though, by the automation. And I know I got people on an automation kick, but the amount of time he spent versus how much is automated now is impressive. Because he's Jader, and he does things at 1,000 miles an hour. I don't know how he does this. But, yeah, I was impressed.
How does he do it?
I was impressed.
Nobody knows.
And it got me to start doing some of the freight trains for Tolbrin, so I started doing that right before we started the podcast. But that's most of the train stuff I've done. Madison painted a mountain some more last week.
Woo. Woo.
And I went to the Providence Northern monthly meeting. That was fun, I guess. I'm trying to convince my dad to take my stepmom on the Downeaster.
Yeah.
She has relatives up in Maine, and as we will talk about, the Dome is on the Downeaster for the next couple of weeks. And this is going to be potentially the last time that we'll ever be on the Downeaster. And the second and last time it will ever be in service. So I sent him the link to it and went, hey, check this out. And I think he might be, thinking about it. So that's exciting. I want to, I want to put them on that train. But anyway. What else? What has everyone else been doing? Because I'm rambling.
That sounds better than what I went through this week.
Well, nothing else burned down.
Shut up, we'll get back to that later.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, too soon.
Well, anyways, I was up at the museum this weekend. We were operating yesterday and today. And I took a few photos. We were operating our Portuguese car. As the double-decker is currently out, because one of the notches in the controller has completely burnt out.
Oh.
Burnt. Oh, no.
That's
we
not
need
good.
to have it remanufactured.
Well, that'll be fun.
Thursday at night.
This car is super cute.
The Volta car is pretty cute. Except for when the air compressor doesn't SDFU. Which it did today, and we have to play out.
You said it wouldn't stop, right?
It wouldn't shut up.
Chung, 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 chung.
It quit on, but it wouldn't quick off.
Oh, so it sounds like 3025.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
The engine with the air compressor that never shuts up. It never stops. No, that's 7. That's 7.
That's Bridgeton and Sacco number 7.
It's got to the point where you could feel the heat going through the floor.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's bad.
So, if we kept on running it for the rest of the day, it would not fire.
No, you don't want to do that again.
Once was enough.
And then I took a picture of the hop field next to our track, which got harvested yesterday, and I was watching them harvest, and that was fun.
They're gonna make some good beer out of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
We actually have a wine tasting coming up next month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go on with your be like,
Unfortunately,
oh no.
Can't have any, but I'm a bit too young. And while I was browsing through one of the magazines at the museum, I found this picture of the 1067, which I'm restoring, in 1982, the year after we got it.
Shouldn't it have more windows?
It probably should.
Ellis, plywood, it's a thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of what I was asking.
Yeah. They plywood over most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
At least it has some windows.
Well, the windows are all there. They're just behind plywood in that picture.
I mean, if a window's covered with plywood, is it still a window?
It is if you
Maybe.
Yes, it's just not a very good one.
That's just a bad window.
That just makes it a door.
Most people think that a broken window is a pane of glass with a rock thrown through it. No, that even works better as a window because you can see more clearly through it. A broken window is one you can't see through.
A broken window is when, like, the screen's blue and it says error, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, that's a broken windows.
But
Yeah,
but
so
Windows
what
doesn't
you're
do
saying
that
is-
anymore.
If I take a bunch of rocks to the nearby building, it'll turn blue.
Yeah.
So what you're saying
Okay.
is we need plywood.
And have
On
a
the
keyboard
computer.
and have a
Yes.
keyboard sad face on it.
Okay. We'll do that.
Also, you're telling me if I replace parts of my... Wait, no, you said it would work better with a hole in it, so I just need to take some rocks to my computer and it'll work better. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alright, anyway.
I don't know about taking rocks to a computer, but I've been wanting to take some rocks to my head because I've started school again this past week.
Ooh.
And the only real thing railroad related noteworthy I've been able to do is something I'm going to talk about later because it was kind of a big event.
It's
that
a
made the
news thing.
It is a news thing, so I will talk about that later and otherwise just say I have done nothing.
Well,
Alrighty,
you've definitely
well.
done something. You've done a lot. But,
I've definitely done something. It's just I will talk about it in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other
They
than
fired
that,
up the
I've done nothing.
493.
Oh, jeez. I need to tell you guys about that.
You didn't tell us about them firing up 493?
No, they haven't done that. But
Yet.
thing to tell you guys out of the public eye, if you will,
You bought
Fair
493.
in regards to the 93. No, I did not buy the 93.
Okay.
Yet.
Yeah.
I actually.
The... You know that giant house that's for sale in, North Carolina with the huge 7.5-inch gauge railway in the
Yep.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It dropped by 50 grand to 150K.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Really?
That's affordable.
Yes.
That is actually really affordable.
Yeah, too bad it's not near me, or else I would consider it.
And the railroad hasn't been maintained in 10 years on that.
Yeah.
Hey, track
good
work
for
every day,
40,
bro.
The freaking...
The WWNF was torn up when?
Yeah, that's true.
You know how much work they do on that thing every week?
A lot. I'm imagining.
And that's 2 foot.
Yeah.
But more on that later.
Hey,
More of
Wait,
that
why
when we
later?
get
Oh,
to
that's
the news.
it's news.
But yeah, speaking of work, I have been working on my Tane, out in quotes, because it's not really a route yet, because it doesn't go anywhere. It's more of like a city area that's a switching area, like a switching route sort of thing. And the city's coming along great. I recently finished the suburbs, so now you have this nice view with a G16 and some coaches or not coaches, boxcars.
Those are most certainly boxcars.
No, they're coaches. Don't worry about
They're
it.
hobo
okay.
The
coaches.
coaches on the cats.
So now you can see in the background the ironworks, and then behind that further is the suburban area. Yeah, and
I have a dumb question.
Yes.
Why did you take this in Surveyor?
Just because I just wanted a quick picture.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in the middle of something and I wanted to be like, oh,
a quickie.
yeah. And I was like, oh, this looks really, really good. I don't want to have to find this perfect angle again.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take this quick in Surveyor and then.
Okay.
I was
And
gonna
then
say,
leave.
I mean, I can understand, if you have the Aquidec Central or Tolbrin and it takes, 10 minutes to go from driver to Surveyor,
Yeah.
but your route's not that big.
No.
Meanwhile,
it's
on
not.
Oregon Southern, it takes an hour.
Yeah,
but I
because
think
the Oregon
that's- I
Southern
think
is like
that's a
50
computer
gens.
thing.
Yeah.
No, that is the Oregon Southern.
It's like a bajillion... How long is the Oregon Southern?
The Northern Division is like 100 miles. So.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But yeah, I mean, I just kind of wanted to. I was working a lot. I was getting a lot done. And if I go into driver, I know myself. I'll just mess around with trains for an hour and a half.
Ooh, speaking of messing around with train.
So I worked on making industries work, stuff like that. And then also I went to Strasbourg a couple days ago.
Oh my god, I never would have expected that!
I know, real surprise. And I got to see 89 back in Strasbourg paint. Unfortunately, not in the U.S. Army transportation anymore. That would have been really cool, but
Yeah.
It's funny how they put the Canadian engine in U.S. Army.
yeah, I know.
Makes sense.
You know,
Yeah, I got that nice pic.
basically.
Gabe got a little confused.
It's for after we invade Canada.
Yeah,
Big deal.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I got a picture of 89 at Espenshade Road there. I took a bunch of pics, but that's the only one I've really edited so far. So Yeah.
Oh, don't
that's
use Photoshop. Why can't you just use natural
Nice.
pictures?
because the lens is like old and it makes them look like they're taking on like a flat background or whatever. But yeah, so that's the extent of the railroad stuff I've done recently.
Okay.
What the
I know,
heck?
Milky, I know, Milky, you're chomping at the bit. I see you.
What the
moving
heck
fingers.
is what?
What?
What? What is this? What's wrong with this water?
That's not how bridges work.
That is no incorrect.
False.
That's an underwater bridge. Fix.
No. This is the train to Rapture.
It's
Oh,
a
okay.
water level line, guys.
The water level line.
I'm not. No.
No.
It's a little too
No.
close to water for me.
Yeah,
But-
I'm really not liking that second picture.
It hurts me on a spiritual level.
Okay, well, you
It's
know what
spirit
won't
tracks.
hurt you on the spiritual level? Trains 2019.
Wait, what the heck? Is that a crossover in the middle of the bridge?
Maybe.
How did you do
What
that?
route is this? What route is this?
You gotta do some black magic forkery to get it to do that. It's my route, by the way.
Hmm.
The mega narrow gauge and interurban route.
Then why are you running
California Zephyr with
California Zephyr?
one
Because
one
this
cab
is the one
unit.
part that is in the narrow gauge and interurban.
I love it.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Did you expect me to go into a yard with canary and whatnot?
Well, there's catenaries on the bridge.
What route is this? Oh, it's the Canadian Toledo subdivision. Why are you running an African Garrett through what looks like the Sahara? Because it's not the Toledo part of the route. Duh.
Duh. I mean, everyone knows that.
Okay.
Also, the catenaries stop a little short there, Milky.
That's for a yard, actually. It makes sense in the grand scheme of things.
I think
Okay.
I
he
believe
means
you.
the wire is actually hovering short of the pole.
No, listen. I don't know interurbans enough to dispute any of this.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know anything about interurbans. They could float like that, maybe. I don't
They
know.
can't.
Floating. Okay, sure.
Float like a
Magnets.
butterfly, sting like a angry butterfly.
Sting like an electrified wire.
Electric butterfly.
Electric butterfly.
Wait,
AKA
If this
live
episode
wire.
is not electric butterfly, I'll be disappointed.
I was already writing it down.
Wait, it's the subject of the screenshot is the thing. Trains Italia a while back did a CB&Q California Zephyr car set. Except for they did about half of the CB&Q cars. Didn't do any Wheel Grand or WP cars. So instead of getting mad, I got even and made them all. I have
Don't
all
get
the
mad,
stuff.
get glad.
Nice.
The one with the Wheel Grand is all the Wheel Grand California Zephyr cars and 2 CB&Q cars, the Conquest CB&Q cars. And I already did the WP.
Hmm.
So now I am the entirety of the Zephyr.
Nice.
No.
And Trains 2019 early access that I can now talk about. It's great.
Yay!
Hey!
Whatever.
But that has to wait till the news, correct?
I mean, we can talk about it now. We can talk about the stuff that you've done in it right now.
Fair
We can-
enough.
I
I
made
think we
the
should
tool
leave
test
talk of
group.
Discussing what we feel about it.
Yeah. Discuss that for the news because
Yeah.
we can talk about the release, we can talk about the pricing, we can talk about all the features and stuff. So
And they can
Would
hear
it
our
also
2
be
cents.
beneficial to maybe hold that off until more of us, actually own the game?
I mean, I don't think
We can, by all means, we can make mention of it. I'm just thinking for discussing features and such of the game. Wouldn't it be better if it was actually late released?
I guess, but we can talk about the stuff that we know about now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, we won't be.
I
able
don't
to
think we
talk
need to
about
it.
necessarily put an embargo on it. We obviously have limited knowledge, but so does everyone else. So we can just talk about what we think about it.
Right.
The only people
Which
that know
I-
more are N3V. So,
And they
and I
ain't
don't
talking.
think they watch this podcast.
And the people that
Or
know
do they?
semi more, the people
In which
with
case,
early access.
on the other hand, if they do watch this podcast,
Please give
multiplayer
us
surveyor,
information.
please, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, multiplayer server, sir.
Multiplayer's fair.
Oh crap! Speaking of which, because we can talk about this now. We started doing another, what we were calling a mock draft route, which is...
Oh, wait. I got the screenshot somewhere.
Oh, you got the screen... good. I have it right here.
I beat you.
Well, it's already open on my computer.
Oh, oof.
So, I had the folder.
Oof.
And so, anyway, this is the beginnings of our original mock draft route. We're going to go back and we're going to start anew because I created a little tool to help us through it and created some new rules and whatnot. But we decided that when we get Multiplayer Surveyor, we're all going to be building this route together, and so we all got together and decided to do a little test of how that would work and what it would look like. And you can see...
we're doing mock drafts of sorts.
For example, I am the red line, and Kevon is the blue line.
I'm the yellow.
Cookie is the yellow line that goes into space.
TJ goes nowhere.
TJ is the green line, which changes into 2-foot gauge over here because it's TJ. There's an orange line, that's Agilities, and a blue line and a pink line, which are Wybold and Chris, and then a gray line, that's TBA, and some towns, one of which is called Geiger, and one of which is Fort whatever, and one of which is Farmington. Chiloquin, and another sea town, and a Dean, because TBA is a Scaly, and then the G, I don't remember what that was. But yeah, there's some towns, and there are some interstates, and other roads, and biomes, and we're figuring things out. So, yeah. It's gonna be great. I actually really enjoyed just doing the mock thing.
We should record it.
We should have recorded it. It was a cluster, but it was great.
Oh my god.
It was an absolute cluster.
Wait, so do you
But it
want
was
to
a
cross
fun
the
one.
interstate? No, I don't want to cross the interstate. I want to follow Dean. No, so you want to follow Dean? You want to go west and follow Dean who goes east? No,
Exactly,
I want to
40
follow Dean.
miles of track that way.
Are you aware that Dean is the black one and I am the red one? He's like, oh.
No, Kevon's the black one.
No.
Sorry, too easy.
Too easy.
Got
Demonetized.
him.
I don't know why that's a It's never mind.
Yeah, that's not an
Oh man, Wybold said black. It's got to be bad.
Yeah, it was
God.
a lousy joke, but it wasn't an
What's wrong with you, Wybold? Why would you say that word?
Why would you say that Kevon is black? How dare you?
I don't even see color. Come on.
I don't
I'm
see
colorblind.
color. I only see sepia tones.
Because I'm that nostalgic.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
I'm that progressive. I can't even see.
I can't.
Yeah, I
even-
can't.
I blinded myself, so I'm never accidentally
I
racist.
blinded myself in order to be truly PC. I've thrown bleach in my eyes. This is what it's
Listen,
like the true
no.
meaning of
It's gonna be
Christmas.
the-
The true meaning of political correctness is bleaching your eyes.
It's gonna be the bleach eyes challenge. Trust me. Just give it a few weeks.
It's just like Tide
Oh,
Pods.
jeez.
They're
Yeah,
tasty.
we're gonna have to get Gronkowski to come out and say, "Hey, don't do that." Anyway, football's back. I have a football league. We're gonna be doing Iron Horseman football nights as well.
Oh.
And next year, this is just something I'm putting out there. Next year, my dad volunteered to put together a league for us, like a fantasy football league for the Horsemen and our extended, fan group, I guess. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Oh, jeez.
You don't need to know anything about football. All you need to know is what numbers are bigger.
Yeah.
And it
Good.
gives us a reason to hang out on Sundays. So anyway,
It's gonna be fun.
it's
fun.
gonna be great.
I mean, just watching the series
playoff
or whatever
game, yeah.
was fun.
Anyway, what else is what?
I modeled overhead wire for no reason.
Like in thing. I thought you were talking about adding overhead wires to a trains thing, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
No, in Secta.
That looks really good.
I went off of a very detailed drawing of it.
That does look really good.
I can do CAD. I have no idea how to come close to this in SketchUp.
I've been using SketchUp for a few years, so I guess got this here.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this in SketchUp. I don't
Magic.
Yeah, seriously. For me,
Very
it's
carefully.
like it's like trying to assemble a steam locomotive using only a hammer. It's like, how did you do that?
Oh, trust me, that can be done.
Oh, yeah, no, I know it can be done, but I feel like if you have some other tools, like, I don't know, more specialized tools like a screwdriver or a wrench or things like that, you'd have a better time.
Or a bigger hammer.
Or a bigger...
Always get a bigger hammer.
Yeah.
If that one doesn't work, get the even bigger.
The most useful types of tools in a steam locomotive shop are called the BF series. You have the BFW, the BFH, which stands for Big Fucking Wrench and Big Fucking Hammer, respectively.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah,
we actually had BFH in an episode of The Iron Horseman. And
Good.
Johnson asked him, like, you got a BFH in that cab? Or a BFW, I mean. It was a big effing wrench.
Yeah.
And if you're Elon Musk, BFR. The
Big fucking rocket.
The big Falcon rocket.
Or that too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway.
We almost hit a Tesla at the museum today.
Oh, no.
Ah, would have been expensive.
For them.
Yeah, I just forgot to, on the note of Elon Musk, why not? We didn't hit the Tesla. Apparently
That's
we
good.
almost did. They threw, it jumped out onto the crossing as the train was coming, and they threw the emergency brake, and it's a good thing he got off the crossing because the train didn't stop until it was halfway through.
Yeah.
We're just gonna nudge you this way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Anyways, I've done some things.
what have you
Alright.
done?
I have started route building.
Okay.
Is it Japanese?
Yes, Japanese. It's not.
If you
much
said no, I would have said I don't believe you.
Uh-huh.
It's not much right now. I basically just have a work in progress yard and the roundhouse.
Oh, you gotta start somewhere. That is a nice track.
It is. It's actually on DLS.
I want that track. Is it Cape Gauge? Oh, of course it is. It's Japan.
It's yeah, of course.
I don't know why I asked that.
Utsu.
Are you using the waifus as engineers? Like the...
Uh,
Japanese
probably
engine.
will be.
I forgot about that.
I keep finding them on my route.
They keep showing up.
And here is Engineer Monica.
I literally put down a new train today to program. It was the first freight train I programmed, and it's the one name literally named Ghost.
It's a ghost.
Yeah, I know. It's like, God damn it.
Thankfully, those are on the DLS.
We need to make for the multiplayer route our own
Yes,
engineers.
we need to have our faces.
Of course.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
I've also gone and purchased a Japanese route too.
Oh, what is it?
It is. Oh god, what was the name of it?
Also, where's it from?
It's from J Trains.
Oh, okay.
Let me actually get the name
Be
of the
back
road.
in just a minute. I gotta use the restroom.
Okie dokie.
Could do that.
That one. I've got
Rain dies.
a lot of pictures of this.
In Trains 2019, the driver icons can be animated.
Yes.
I wonder how you make that.
I'm animated.
I wonder how you make that.
That'd be so hilarious.
And then that one.
It's a nice roundhouse. This is all really nice stuff. Is this like mostly J-Train stuff?
House is the
The locomotives are actually on the DLS, but the route itself is all J Trains.
No, that roundhouse from your route.
Oh, that roundhouse is actually a modified one.
Oh, really?
Durango.
Yes. Yeah, the modified Durango roundhouse.
I know I've
Oh,
used
okay.
that roundhouse before.
This is really nice.
Yep, all I did was just switch out the track.
Okay.
But this is
Wow,
the
that's a
J
bridge.
Trains route on the highest settings for trains, and I'm actually surprised my computer did not explode.
I feel like they could have done more with the route. It doesn't look.
10
It
out
doesn't
of 10
look as good for the highest
medium
set.
settings on train.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it from.
I can't wait until I can see what 2019 can do.
I know, right? Supposedly. Oh, go ahead.
I said on my computer because my computer's not that great.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's fine.
But supposedly this site is ignore that. Supposedly these guys are working on New Shinkansen.
Ugh.
Are they going to have the Hello Kitty one?
No.
Call to
Oh,
that.
come on. That's like not doing heritage units.
That's my favorite, man.
But it will have animal sounds.
Who was texting me at 10 o'clock?
Me.
I don't know.
Booty call.
It's a dick pic.
Dusty,
From me.
Dusty texts me, when are we pulling the UP crap off the tunnel motor?
Never.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's cool. I love route building. I love it when other people build routes. Am I
It's
going to
so
get to
great.
review your route someday? Please say yes.
Yes.
Okay, I won't be
I do
that
need
mean.
to actually rework my yard ladder. TBA showed me how, so I'm going to have to redo that when I get
Yeah,
a
I was
chance.
going to say something about that, but I'm glad you showed you.
Yeah, he
We
showed
all-
me, he's like, oh, okay, that's how you do it, okay.
Yeah, we all have a lot to learn from one another.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that. Because like there will be periods where like nobody's building routes,
Mhm.
Yeah. Actually, I
ju-
didn't even...
or like
I-
just Ellis is building routes, which is
Yeah.
like.
I mean,
not-
there hasn't been a period where I'm not building a route for the last several years, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like, I don't know. There's just been a resurgence of it,
Mhm.
and like the whole like bouncing pictures, like
I just can't wait until 19 releases so I'll actually have trains to build routes with.
why do you not have a new era?
I don't have Tane installed on this computer. After the crash, I didn't get around to getting it reinstalled.
Oh, no.
0 out of 10. Reinstall tank.
But,
And get Tolbrin.
Well, I mean, now you might as well just wait till.
No,
That
now
was
you
kind
might
of
as
my
well
thinking. Is
install
it's
Tolbrin.
like, well,
Well, you're already halfway there. I mean.
But the name of the...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The name of the route that I'm building is called the Hokkaido and Western.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't go much eastern once you're in Hokkaido.
I mean, not with that attitude, you can't.
Oh, unless you want to be in the
of
ocean.
course you
then
can,
yeah.
just not by train.
You ever hear the story about the guy who found the genie in a bottle? And it was
No.
like, genie was like, okay, I'll grant you, I'll grant you one wish, anything. And he goes, well, I wanted to go to Hawaii, but I'm not really a big fan of ships, and I'm afraid of flying, so
Oh yeah,
I want to, could you make a bridge to Hawaii? And he goes, the genie's like, are you insane? You realize how much material that would cost? Like how much, what that would take to build that bridge? You realize how many miles it is? And he goes, okay, well, okay, if you can't build the bridge, then whatever, it's okay. I always really wanted to understand women, and the genie goes, you want 4 lanes on the bridge or 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've heard that one. That's so funny.
So, yeah. You can build
It's
a bridge.
funny because it's true.
No comment.
Surprised I didn't
Oh,
get
that's
hit.
right. You're back in your relationship.
No comment.
Anyway,
Okay.
Madison hasn't hit me for making
Cuts
that
down
joke.
on the
So.
paper. It's complicated.
No, it's not complicated at all.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
For the viewers, Madison's sitting behind me playing Fallout, and she didn't hear me make that joke, I think.
Hey, you
Tell her to
think-
check her phone.
She's saving it for
Her
later.
phone's over here!
Well, when it's done charging.
No.
Fine.
Anyway. Yeah, what else? Or are we gonna move on from here?
I think we have everything right. Do we?
Well,
You
if
think
we
so?
don't, we can always come back to it
Come
later
back.
and somebody gets a point for it. Yay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that means it's time for. Yay! Because last week you weren't here and that was rough. Or last time. Alright, in one corner, can I get pictures, please?
You're working on it.
In one
Okay.
corner, we have the
Look out, we're
return
fighting
of the
503.
JNR E10 thing. Oh boy, it's this thing.
Can we call this Kansaru?
It's real.
Yeah.
In favor?
Aye.
And in the
Aye.
other corner, we have that engine that's always on the edge. 503.
Of glory.
Yeah, on the edge of scrapping.
Yep.
Mm.
Well, it was on the edge of
Yeah,
glory,
I'm
and then they
defending
didn't let it.
So they're cute.
Yeah, it was on the edge of glory.
Well, now what's
And then
gonna
the
happen
people
to it?
that
Now
let
we
it.
still don't know what the hell's gonna happen to it. Anyway, yeah. So we're doing a regular locomotive versus this week. It's a miracle. No, I'm kidding. Loco Rail didn't go that badly, but I need to build something for it. I need to make a little tool for it.
Turn
Just like
tool.
the turn tool. Anyway. Who's gonna go first? Who
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh wait,
Who was built first?
I was built in 47.
Oh fuck.
So I suppose 503 should go first because
503 should go first, but Eric gets the point for that.
Yep.
1920.
Yeah, before this started, Eric was like, I'm not sure if I made a good decision. And then like 5 minutes went by, he's like, yeah, I made a good decision. Or like,
I made a good decision.
What's your factor of adhesion?
Factor of adhesion, 3.24.
Ouch.
7.9.
What was it?
That's
What was Milky?
3.79.
Hey, okay, that's better.
Yep.
I was for backing.
Banking.
Banking, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying backing.
That doesn't... Listen, there's no downside to having a good factor of adhesion.
Yeah.
Get good.
Okay, who built you?
Keisha Saizo Kaisha Company Osaka Factory.
Baldwin, motherfucker.
Easy.
Easy, no read.
Yeah, easy. Oof.
Well,
We're waiting.
Tread lightly, dude.
What's your tender water capacity, Eric?
2091.
7,000 gallons.
See, I knew I was
Press-
going to lose here. It's
Press F to grasp straws.
Press F to win over
Okay,
technicalities.
I'm not gonna ask that because I know.
How many drivers do you have?
What? What would be the winning for that?
Whoever has more, I don't know.
Then he would lose.
This is the locomotive. This is turned from locomotive versus into locomotive dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
How long are you?
What is your?
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
What is your boiler pressure?
Boiler
khakis.
You should not have asked that.
Oh no.
It's over
You're still
9,000.
47, Milky.
227.7.
Fuck.
That's actually kind of.
That's not great, but
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm
pathetic.
at 200 psi.
You know, it's pathetic. 90 psi.
well, Eric wins.
Yes, I do. How many?
Ripping
Of,
pieces.
Yeah, bye, Milky.
what? Actually, I think there's a couple that he might beat me out. You know, I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. How many were you?
How many were built? Okay.
You win.
4.
5.
Maybe not.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Are you serious, Milky? You're more rare than the narrow gauge 210 Ford tank engine with a cast
Yes.
smoke box ring?
Oh
Yes,
boy.
only 4 of me were built.
What's your driver wheelbase?
Why would you ask that?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
There's your
Shorter
dead
one
man
wins,
copy.
Eric. No.
14.83.
How much?
14.83.
19.03.
If you somehow won that, I would have got up and
Eric's
walked
hacking.
away.
Hacks.
Well, podcasts would be canceled.
That said,
Right there.
there is a lot of space between those drive wheels on 503.
There
a lot
are.
of space.
There is.
What is your engine wheelbase?
38.62.
Mine is 25.50.
Oh yeah, what's your tender wheelbase?
Alright, we're not doing that.
NA.
Yes.
Okay, what is your engine weight?
Engine weight. Do I have that? I have my total weight.
So you have your
Okay.
engine weight.
Yeah.
That's total engine and tender.
Well, you don't have it.
You're
What
a
tender?
tank engine, Eric.
Right. 225,000. Sorry, I had a stupid. 225,092.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I am 194,000.
You are.
I'm an idiot sandwich, okay?
Okay, wait.
You are a toy.
You know how the points at the beginning, at the top of the document, says number of stupids. Eric's getting one.
I deserve it.
Yes, you do. Thank you for agreeing.
Anyways, I think I have that one in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'm going to skip over these other two because he doesn't have a tender. And I don't
No. It sounds like he thinks he might.
Yeah. If he wants to give it a shot, feel free.
Eric, what's your tender weight?
All right,
What?
Eric, how heavy is your tender?
Unknown. It doesn't
How
matter.
heavy is it hypothetically? Like, it's 0 pounds. Just
Zero.
It's 0 pounds. Milky, how heavy is your tender?
143.
Yeah, the lighter tender wins. Eric gets a point. Nice job, Milky.
315 pounds.
God damn it.
Oh man.
This hypothetical scenario.
Yeah, you only got a non-hypothetical point. So, Eric, continue.
Oof.
Wait, okay, I guess.
Okay, fine.
The lighter tender wins.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
Hey.
but okay. Okay.
Listen.
But does no tender win against the
He
tender?
should have. Yes, he should have just not. In terms of weight, yes, he should have. You should have just not asked those because you said you weren't going to.
I jokingly asked it.
Too late.
Your axle loading.
What's better for?
Axle loading, 51,000.
31,063.
Wow. That's a lot of axles.
There's many axles.
Many.
What's better for driver diameter, smaller or bigger?
Smaller. Wait.
Depends.
Bigger. No.
Yeah.
It's always bigger because tractive effort is made up for in the tractive effort stat.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Then
Because
Milky,
driver
what's your
diameter is
diameter?
directly tied to speed.
57.
49.2.
All right. Well, Eric still has the ball, but we can get a point for that.
What is your weight on drivers?
My weight on drivers.
Oh no, that's a
That was a dumb question.
that was a bad question. You have a tender to put on those.
155,360. Somehow the average weight is distributed.
Yeah, not as dumb as I figured, but still not great.
Wait. Repeat those numbers, Milky. What was yours?
1,000 or 100,053.
All right.
100,
Or actually,
100
no, 153,000. My bad.
Okay.
155,360.
Wow, that is extremely close.
Milky wins, but not by much.
Yeah.
No.
Which is strange.
Yeah.
Well,
Although
that's
it
a
is a narrow
very
gauge
small
engine,
engine.
so yeah.
They're
Yeah,
both
that's
very
true.
small. Like, one is narrow gauge and big, and the
Small,
other one is
small,
standard
small,
gauge and
teeny,
not very big.
Yeah. Small.
Small boy.
It's the centipod.
Okay.
There are more people in the picture of 503 than there were of 503's class.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
Wow.
That's disappointing.
Sad. Robert A. Machina's Power Company.
Okay, here we go.
I bought
8,000
one of his books.
8,086.
He has books.
Wait, what, Eric?
8,086.
Okay, 6,880.
Rip.
Same as above plus superheater percentage.
Ooh.
8,118.
10,916.
Yeah, somehow I had a feeling that was coming.
Same as above, but substitute firebox area for great area.
Oh my god.
44,368.
How much?
44,368.
47,628.
Wait, Milky, yours is 47,000.
What?
What?
Milky, yours is
TJ,
47.
you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You are wrong.
How?
TJ, how would you know?
I don't know. How would
TJ.
I know?
Unless he's cheating.
Hey, vey.
DJ, even if you are cheating, you're looking at the wrong craft tips.
TJ, stop looking at the stats.
Then I'm not cheating.
You are, though.
You are
Who?
cheating poorly is still cheating.
Remember that time when Julius tried to cheat and did it badly?
Damn
But
track.
TJ just did the same thing.
DJ,
I think, should that be a point?
It is. You already got one. Anyway, moving on. TJ's
Power
not allowed to ask
L1.
any more questions.
Oh.
If you cheat on a test and still fail the test, you're still cheating.
Yeah.
Power L1.
okay, 12,834.
16,597.
Okay.
Power MT.
Our MT 554.79.
1,177.59.
Ah,
Well, Eric's taking the lead.
Style points for Milky. He has a tender.
yeah.
No. No.
First of all, no.
I don't know. I feel like that's fair considering he got the hypothetical, non-hypothetical point
No,
for
he asked that question. No. That's not a style point.
Evaporated heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
What?
Evaporated heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Okay, 198.80.
Shut up! 141.65.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Ooh.
I'm still surprised I have superheaters.
Okay,
Ooh.
Milky is fading away. Milky, fix your mic.
I'm not.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Sabinski.
Okay, back repeats.
Evaporated heating surface?
Yeah.
1,568.
Yes. 2,409 and
Wow.
9. Yes.
That's a lot of
Okay,
Big
then.
boy.
We're making a comeback, boys. Super
Big feller.
Superheating?
I'm gonna go get some ice cream.
Oh, okay. 833.
Fucking.
I feel like you should have seen that coming.
If I had a smaller superheater package, okay.
Alright, and what was your
548.
Ouch. Alright, Eric.
What's
I shouldn't ask that, but I'm gonna ask it anyways because I'm running out of things to ask. Attractive effort.
Chapter Bedford.
I think you'll win this, Eric.
418.
How much?
40,000.
418 pounds.
Oh, I actually won that. 47,904.
Yeah, you're the what was the cephalopod?
You're a
or whatever.
210-4 against a mogul. I'd expect you to win that one.
10-wheeler.
I'm a 10-wheeler, you cunt.
Same difference.
Wow. Harsh.
Minimum weight of rail.
85.
52.
Yep.
I know a 10-wheeler that could have done better than this, Mark.
Side note, I think Dusty texting me about tearing the UP stuff off of the tunnel motor. I think he's very drunk.
Okay.
Awesome.
Uh,
I could use a drink right now.
local base ID.
Somebody give me a goddamn
God.
drink.
Son of a bitch! Da-da-da-da-da. Give me a drink. I've got to listen to that.
Yeah, you do.
What's
Why
the
are we
local
doing
base ID?
What?
Local base ID.
Local base ID,
Well.
16,000.
Oh my god. Wow. All right. 2,493.
Help.
How is
16,000.
How are you more obscure than this thing?
There were only 4 of it.
Mark, you would have done way better here.
I've decided, no. This is more important to put on here than the 503 thing right now. This monstrosity of a tank engine.
I mean, to be fair, it's a monstrosity of a tank engine.
This is also true.
There's a reason they only built 5 of these.
What did you call it, Wybold? The something pod?
The centipod.
Oh no, I was calling it the cephalopod.
The cephalopod? That's a squid, isn't it?
This
Yes.
is Splatoon.
Yes, it is.
I know there are trains in Splatoon, but those are modern subway cars.
Legend of Splatoon foamer tracks.
Close enough.
I'm the hero of trains. It's an oddly specific thing to be the hero of.
Anyway.
Alright. What are your high pressure cylinders?
22 by 28.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. Ah, well. 21.65 by 25.98.
Wow,
Sweet.
if you had, looked at his cylinders, he has huge cylinders.
Huge. Big boys.
I kind of figured
Huge.
that. Okay. Hey, Eric, what about that combined heating surface, my guy?
2,401.
Okay, mine is 2,997 square feet. Okay, I just wanted to get that out of the way. That was
Alright, Milky, you're 2 points behind, 12 to 14.
okay.
Guess what? The next two he's probably going to win, so we're going to tie.
Yay. I guess.
Nice.
Go America.
Yes.
America, baby.
Me comparing
What are you doing, Milky?
He's treading through a minefield, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
A Japanese minefield.
Yeah.
It's not a very good one.
There are 100-year-old men leaning out of caves with rifles. Like the war isn't over yet.
Did we do overall wheelbase?
No, I don't think
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Oh, 38.62.
Milky, you don't want to do overall wheelbase.
Too late.
God damn.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I read wrong. I don't have that.
It's whatever
Yes.
your engine wheelbase is.
Okay, so it's 38.62.
Why would you ask that?
61.
Seriously? Jesus Christ!
This is okay.
Stupid
I
day.
swear I'll pick myself up in style points.
Welcome to Locomotive versus Everyone, where everything's made up and nobody remembers that Eric is a freaking tank engine.
Not even Eric.
I sometimes forget because it's so big, you don't think it would be a tank engine.
It should stick out more in your mind.
I don't know.
Like, who would make this a tank engine?
You know what, Eric? You asked me a question. See how that goes.
Alright, what's the ratio of your driving wheelbase to your overall or engine wheelbase?
0.58.
0.49.
You lose.
Wow, Milky won something.
Hey, pity point for him.
Milky's still 2 points behind. Let's see if he can't throw it away.
Again.
Okay,
Again, yeah. Thank you, TJ.
Petition to make this podcast titled The Idiot Strike.
Wait, never mind.
How would we just call this the stupid podcast?
Style points, anyone?
The stupid class.
Style points, anyone?
Sure, style points. Alright, style points time.
Wasn't KCS 503 like one of the biggest 10-wheelers ever built
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah, I was one of them.
Didn't somebody say it was and they were totally wrong?
Didn't somebody say that the JNRJ, whatever the hell it is the smallest Texas class ever built? And they're probably right.
That's probably true.
I almost want to
think-
say, would it be
okay.
considered the only type that was ever a
Okay.
Texas type that was tanked?
This is a little bit unusual, but I feel like the fact that the Japanese thing is a narrow gauge Texas class deserves to be a
engine.
style point. Period.
Yeah.
Texas
Yeah,
class.
I'll give you
tank
that. I'll give you
engine.
that.
Okay.
Why would you do this?
Nobody knows.
Also, is this the first Japanese thing that we've dealt with that only has one headlight?
Possibly.
Let me check the 8620.
Wait,
That's
why
not a
does it only have
style
one?
point.
That's not a style point. It's just weird.
Yeah,
Well,
it's curiosity. I think it
weird.
is.
Eric, I have a question. How many of you survived?
1.
Same.
Okay, well that's.
Except
Wait
now
a minute.
you've given him the ball.
Wait. Well, we're out of style points.
It's
We're,
a style.
we're in style points, so nobody has the ball now.
Okay.
However,
And also,
however,
no, this
wait,
wasn't the only thing that had a single headlight. The
Wait.
8620 class has one.
Wait. Milky, you only have 4 built. Right?
Yep.
Eric has 5 built.
25% survival.
Yeah,
rate.
exactly. I was gonna say that. You have a better survival rate than Eric does. You get a point for that.
Huh.
Good to see that, Mickey.
Holy cow, that's a lot of sand. I just looked at the top of the engine.
Whose engine?
Your engine.
My engine?
The
Yeah,
top
you
of your
got
engine is
sand.
like 90% sand.
Like you said, it was a banker.
It's so coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere, man.
Gets everywhere.
I would love to have a moment in the Iron Horseman. I
Oh,
hate
I'm
sand.
sorry,
No,
Milky.
you don't. You use sand all the time.
Can I get a style point for having better stairs than him?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you that, because that looks miserable. However,
also,
you
I have
immediately
a
lose it
half door.
because he has a cross compound and a
Half
single
door.
stage air compressor. You just have 2 single stages.
Yeah, he has better air compressor.
Hey,
What?
I have a question.
What?
And he has a head end throttle, which I have no idea why the fuck he has a head end throttle, but he does.
Is that what the piston sticking out of the front of the cylinders?
No,
No,
that's a
that's-
balancing rod, which also he gets a point
Which
for
is
that.
also a style point.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the?
No, the head end
so-
throttle is the linkage that goes like into the smoke box on the engineer's side above the
Oh,
handrail.
that what those are?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the throttle valve is not in the steam dome. It's actually in the smoke box. It gives for a quicker response.
So what do you use
Eric,
the throttle
how
up there
many
for?
railroads did this one on?
There is no throttle in the steam dome. It's just
How many
further.
railroads?
It's closer to the piston, so that when you open the throttle, there's
Yeah,
less
it's
of a
just
delay
one on,
between opening it and the engine moving.
Oh.
It ran
It's
on
just one on JNR.
JNR, specifically the I don't know how to say this, the old mainline will...
Okay.
It's nothing, I don't know.
Okay, I'm
open.
gonna also give 503 a point for being saved by crowdfunding.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah,
when were you retired?
Well, 503 still isn't allowed to rest, so.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
out of
I'm
full out
kidding.
of service.
Did you have to use those batteries?
Okay,
I'm running out of wire.
wait. I need to look up. Because my engine
Eric,
has been
when were you?
2 railroads.
I was
And-
pulled from service in 62.
I
think
think
Eric
he
wins.
probably wins.
You know,
If I had to make an educated guess,
I would concur with this guess.
What was the year, Eric?
1962.
Yeah, I'd probably say with an educated.
1957 is what I was
Hmm.
yeah.
And that's the reason.
Okay, so,
But I
21...
did one on 2 railroads. I
How
ran
many?
up,
Here's an interesting question. That I'm not actually sure if we've done this one before. I'm sure we must have. How many years did you see service?
Ooh. Ooh.
Have
right,
we
now
ever
we
done
have
that
to do
before?
math.
Have we
might
never
have.
done that one before?
I don't think we've done that one before, but
No,
that's a
we
good
haven't.
one.
That is a good one. Have we
Definitely
not
gotta
done
keep
that?
that one in mind? Well, the
Yeah.
reason we don't do it is sometimes we don't even bother asking when they were retired, and that involves math.
This is true.
That's why we
Actually,
don't do- that's why we
Because
don't-
I think Milky wins it. Because even though he's older and was retired first, I think he had a longer service life.
Yeah,
Let's see here. When were you
yeah, I
built?
did. 1920, retired 1957.
Yeah,
so
you had a
that'd
longer
be
service.
37
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
37 years.
I
Yeah.
was 1962.
10,
40.
15
Don't think
years.
Japanese
Yeah,
for it,
15
that's
years,
just-
15 years. So, yeah, Milky wins that one.
But you said you were on 2 railroads?
Yeah. The
By
KCS
technicality,
and...
I was 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, What's the technicality here?
The Japanese government railways and then Japanese national railways.
Okay, so the Japanese railway.
Yeah.
Which two were you on, Milky?
I was on the Louisiana and
Bye, Milky.
and then the KCS. Because
I'm not awarding
Louisiana
points. I'm
and
not awarding
Arkansas.
points.
Yeah.
Hang on,
KCS
yeah.
acquired them.
Yeah, I'm not going for that one either.
Fine.
If it's something like, oh yeah, in this engine's life it worked for 30 different railroads, sure.
Yeah, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah,
Do we have anything else?
Think...
It's like 16 to 21.
With who?
No, I
Take
think
a
Eric
guess.
Well,
was.
crowdfunding could save 503, but I agree.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even either.
Oh, sorry, I lied. It's
Well,
17 to 21.
Tune in next week to watch Cancer beat the E10. One cancerous tank engine wallop another one.
That would be amusing.
I tried.
No, we've decided I can't do locomotive versus anymore unless it's like a 3-week struggle. Unless the Canadians come back.
And no, I'm not pitting this thing up against the Canadians. That's a death sentence.
Okay, so that's that then. Sorry, I had to attend to something real quick. Let me move this into the cargoes, and we will think about who we're going to vote for. Oh crap, it still says...
10 out of 10, should've gotten Mark.
Should've gotten Mark, yeah.
Mark can actually bullshit.
Ooh, almost dropped ice cream on myself.
That wasn't
Gotta be
bad.
quicker than that.
Ooh, gotta be quicker than that.
I
got you $1.
I don't know. That didn't go well. Or
Yeah.
For 503. Such is life for 503.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So close yet so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
I picked my opponent wisely.
Wiseru.
Ah, damn it, Mark wouldn't have done better.
21 to...
You have
17.
chosen Wisery.
Okay,
Perhaps
who are
the
we voting
first
for?
Slowback Tender ever. TJ?
Wait, why is it my turn first?
I don't know.
Because I
'cause
said
nobody
your
else-
name.
Fine. Why old?
I'm voting for Japan.
You're voting for who?
You.
Okay.
I think I will too.
I'm voting for
It's special.
I'm voting for 503 because
Pity.
World War II.
Because pity.
Okay.
Because we won in World War II, but we couldn't get them this time.
You're a sap, Mr. Jap.
Alright. Anyway. On
Loose
to the
lips sink
news.
ships and catch me for cheating.
Okay.
Except it was your loose lips.
It doesn't say whose loose lips sink ships.
Oh damn it. It's saying the spy effed it up.
Oh my god.
Anyway, anybody got spies? Can we segue from anything onto spies?
No.
Spying. No?
No.
I despise the place that this news is out of.
Oh, wait. Is it time? It's time for the news.
It is time for the news.
Everyone.
In the news, good news, everyone.
Yeah.
A
Except
name
it's
that I
not. cannot pronounce has been honored for the Union Depot restoration work in Pueblo. Pueblo Union Depot was built around the turn of the century by the Rio Grande. It's made entirely of sandstone, which is incredibly stupid because it is crumbling. Yeah, because the entire beautiful Victorian building is falling apart. But I mean, isn't the White House made of sandstone?
probably. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, it doesn't stand up to weather particularly well. Anyway, they've done a lot of restoration work on it over the past probably decade or so, and it looks great now. It looks absolutely beautiful. It looks just like it did in its heyday.
I was gonna say you're saying it's falling apart, but it does not look bad. It looks really good. I want to go see it now.
It was falling apart when I was a kid. When I was very young and all of Pueblo was really, really depressed, like late 90s, early 2000s, right after the steel mill had closed, it was in rough shape.
Mm-hmm.
But now
it's time of Pueblo coming back.
Breaking news, NS has ordered Ace Tier 4s. Thank you, Achilles. He writes me in the middle of me watching him play Siege. Pay attention to the game. You're gonna get glacked. Anyway.
Get you in the game, kid.
What is Rocky Mountain Railroad Heritage Society?
That's a good question.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Where do you see this?
In the article.
Oh.
Top, second line in the article.
Oh, I already deleted the article.
Nice.
No, I did that. But.
Oh.
Why would
no,
you like
I
it
still
back?
have it open.
Here, poof.
Rocky Mountain Railroad Heritage Society. I don't know. It's probably like the Rocky Club.
Yeah.
It's probably a financial group. They're not a super, super prominent name.
Are they the ones that are in Como?
No.
No, these are the Como people.
But apparently they did have a good
Other
week.
breaking news from Como.
Oh no. Literally?
So, yeah, well, no. For something to break, it has to be there. So, Boreas Past Days was this past weekend, and Como was due to be running Klondike Kate, but did not because of a running gear issue that came up. An issue that was later revealed to be the fact that this is a piece that none of you know what it is, but a component called the wedge that keeps the driver box seated properly in the frame was missing.
Oh.
Ooh.
That would be like walking out to your car and having half of the carburetor missing. It's not exactly something that you would check for, and it's not something that just goes missing. When the engine was put back together, they apparently just forgot to put one of the wedges back in, and the engine should not run until it gets the wedge back in.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Yeah.
So there's that. Thanks for that, Wasatch.
Oops.
Wasatch does great work. Yeah, they forgot the wedge.
You know.
Got it on board.
Turntable. So they aren't hit.
Speaking of great work.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of great work.
Yeah, lots of great work down in my area. Or up in my area. Over in my area?
In the hood.
Nope, not in the hood.
Yeah.
So some news from my local, my jurisdictions.
I live here too.
Valley, yeah, so does Ellis, but I have them, not him. The Valley Railroad recently has been working on their consolidation number 97, the original locomotive that they had, and they took it out for a spin. They got one of their diesels to pull it around the yard, and so there's a video on Facebook of them pulling it across the street.
Yay!
And it looks good. It looks like a locomotive again, which is great because it hasn't for a while.
It looked kind of rough last time we were there.
Yeah. But it looks like it just got a pretty new boiler, which is awesome.
Ooh. You just reminded me of something. Speaking of the last time we were in places.
Yeah.
Steamtown, this coming weekend, is having Railfest. They were going because I just thought of this place that we've been. They're going to have the Big Boy cab and Blount's cab open for the public.
Ooh.
So I'm probably going to go. I invited Shelby, but she couldn't make it. I'm probably going to go down with Madison and check that out, take some pictures, whatever. I wish I had more time. The following day, she and I have to go to a wedding, not ours, but we have to go to a wedding. And
I hope not.
and,
you crazy kids.
so we have to be back in Rhode Island. So it's going to be like a day trip out there, which is a long drive for a day trip, but
it does.
and not every day you get to go in Blount's cab.
No.
And
Yes.
as well, they've been doing some work on 3713. They did some driver work. Let me pull this up and tell you exactly what it was. They're getting a heat soak. So they're going to be doing some welding on them, some repairs on them, and they are heating the whole thing before they work on that, because that's the procedure, I guess. It's,
Put them in the oven for 350
preheat
degrees.
the oven.
Yes. Yeah.
Carefully controlled heating of the castings prior to, during, and after welding keeps the repairs from cracking when the wheel center's cool.
So they're restoring 3713 to operation, right?
Yep, 3713 is their next engine that they're going to be running.
What are they going to do with it?
Drive down the line. They have
Go
their
places.
longer excursions.
I wonder-
They just, they run them with the diesels.
Oh,
I wonder if they're welding, because the welding, I suppose that would help. It's not a huge thing, especially on castings. I wonder if they're brazing.
Maybe.
That's traditionally the more, like, you need it to be hot before and during you're actually doing it.
Maybe.
Welding's more localized.
I mean, I could understand if they sort of dumbed it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
either way,
I'm just not sure. I'm genuinely curious. I'm not trying to question their, internet article or anything. I'm genuinely curious. Are
well,
they doing
it was a Facebook post, so it's not super special.
Yeah, I'm just not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Railfest article, and they are, they're talking about a special.
Special.
Yeah, a special. And I don't know, it's cool, I guess. I don't know, I didn't realize that they were doing this because I heard that there were some issues, but apparently there's a BL2 involved. So, oh my god,
a BL2.
Enjoy the first section from Steamtown to Moscow, Pennsylvania, in the foothills, and you can tour the historic passenger freight depots. From Moscow, you'll be bused to Lackawaxen, Pennsylvania, where you will board more vintage railroad equipment for a trip along the scenic Lackawaxen River. And then you'll get bused back to Steamtown. So that's like a whole day thing. I'm not going to be doing that, but that's really cool. Check that out. Again, BL2.
Oh my god, a BL2 too.
But
Whoa!
there
Oh my
are some
god.
issues. There was a washout, I believe, near the Naog Tunnel, and they can't run that way.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Sorry to interrupt, but John
They're gonna
McCain
be
died.
there.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
little
Yep.
behind here, TJ.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
We talked about that earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like 4 hours ago.
Also,
It just-
way to date the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
are we not dating it
I mean,
to buy a
maybe-
rail fest?
we maybe said the date at the beginning of the podcast.
yeah, it's on every episode.
Well, still.
But I didn't literally date.
I'd be there for 5 years from now, watching this.
They'll be like, "Oh my god, John McCain died."
No, in 5 years they'll be like, "Who's John McCain?"
I'm sure people will remember who John McCain is in 5 years. He was kind of
Oh, no.
important.
That's not how it works. You die and then you're forgotten about.
Okay.
Also, what person who's alive in 5 years wasn't alive when John McCain died? Like a
People
5-year-old?
who are 5.
Yeah, but they're not going to know who John
5
McCain
and under.
And they
People
won't
who
know
are
who
5
John
now
McCain
don't
is.
know.
So, maybe you're right.
Hey, 5-year-old kids watching this in 5 years.
We're sorry. Tell your parents.
Let me tell you a story.
Yeah, what 5-year-old A listens
also-
to
Do
podcasts
you homework.
and B listens
Who
to
is, what 5-year-old has homework?
Also, those of you who are 5 years old and 9 months, go to your parents and tell them, for us.
Yeah.
What?
I
I feel like I don't have to explain the joke, TJ.
moving on.
Wait. No, wait. Wait.
What?
No, that doesn't work. I understand the
What?
joke that Weibold is trying to make, but that does not work.
Why not?
Because we don't know when they will... Okay. Okay, I guess. Okay, you're...
Okay.
Right. Okay. I wasn't sure if the math worked out exactly, but it does. Because I was figuring, okay, but what if are we accounting for the? But you said if they're exactly 5 years and 9 months old.
Yeah.
Right. That was the most deliberation over a stupid joke that's happened in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Stupid
Anyway,
joke.
You're really gonna say that we haven't done that yet?
Listen, I said 5 or 6 minutes.
I know.
All right, wait.
Well,
so we
this
had
is-
an update on 3713, and the big boy cab is going to be open. So put those two things together, and what do you get?
Boom.
Big Jefferson.
No, an update on the big boy.
Yes, it's a big boy update.
Oh.
It's a video.
Oh,
Oh damn! But it's
never
not
mind. Go watch the video.
Well, I can tell you it's wheel and boiler work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be hoping its whole engine worked because they don't have, they have like.
Well, of course the engine doesn't work. Otherwise, we would have heard about it.
Boo.
No,
sorry,
it's that
it's
other
late.
big one that they're restoring. That
I'll
one's
give myself one for that.
All right. Excuse me while I deliberate over this. Anyway, if you want to feel
So
bad,
the DNS can't catch a break.
the NES can't catch a break. Why?
I mean, brakes are
What
heavy. They
now?
must be hard to catch.
What now?
Well, they had their landslide, which I think we talked about
Yep.
at some point. To rectify the landslide, and this is something I heard about the other day, they had to buy about 30 acres of land to build a road to the track to rebuild from the
Oh my
landslide.
god.
Oh my god.
Yes. So,
Wait, what? Why didn't
so those... What?
they couldn't use the track to get there?
Because the grade is too A. Okay, so you get to the edge of it. What do you do now?
Listen, they built it in the first place. I'm sure they could figure it out.
The ancients built it, but not with excavators. The
Yeah,
ancients
they
also
didn't-
built it.
Therefore, they don't
The
need
ancients also
excavators.
built it on the side of a mountain, not hovering over an empty void.
Yeah, it's just like the first responders thing that we talked about with the Salmonberry Trail. How they were concerned that they can't get to a fire in the middle of the trail.
I don't know. Anyway,
We
so this year thus far they have had the 416 fire, the Burrow fire, this washout, all the track troubles that they normally have, the mechanical issues that they normally have, all of the cancellations. And to boot, they've had to buy land on top of this so that they can fix the washout.
However, they bought 2 diesels.
They did buy 2 diesels, and 93 is going to be green. Ha 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 ha. Also, if you wanted to go to Polar Express, the Colorado Road Museum, I'm sorry, we're sold out.
Warrant.
Not surprised.
We put tickets on sale, and in 6 hours we were almost completely sold out.
Wow.
12,000 tickets.
Oh
Have
my
fun.
god.
Okay, but do you have enough mugs?
I think we have enough mugs.
Speaking of Polar Express tickets, the Strasburg Railroad, I'm pretty sure tickets just went on sale for theirs.
You're pretty sure?
Except for Jazz at the Straz.
Except for
Rip.
Jazz at the Straz, R.I.P. If I'm not mistaken, I just saw it on their Instagram.
Oh, breaking
But I have to-
news
Breaking news.
on their Instagram.
Well, I
What's
mean,
up?
they post it, okay. Yeah, the Santa's Paradise Express tickets just went on sale.
Yay.
So if you would rather, instead of go to Golden, Colorado, go to Paradise, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you
Even
can-
though
you
we
can
were
get tickets.
even though we were voted the best Polar Express performance out of everyone and anyone last year.
No, it's fine.
Just saying.
No, it's fine.
Well, that's why they
Well, this
sold
is
out.
the Polar.
Well,
Why,
this is
but
a
this is
Polar
the Polar
Express, so you can
Express.
actually get tickets for.
This
Yeah.
is also true.
Or you can go to the Christmas tree train and get a Christmas tree pulled by a steam locomotive back to the station.
Hey.
Hey,
They
That's
put it on a
pretty cool.
flat car and bring it back to the station for you. Yeah, it sounds awesome.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
But you know who's being a Grinch right now?
Salmonberry
Anderson?
Yes.
Trail. Okay.
By canceling Toys for Tots.
Seriously.
Oh,
You're a mean one.
Mr.
Yeah.
Grinch.
Anderson.
Congress, on the other hand, is currently having none of that.
I wouldn't touch you with a Lakeshore Limited vintage dining dump car.
There's a couple of congressmen that are trying to get Amtrak to reconsider.
Good.
Which I hope they do, because you don't just stop
Holy
Toys for
crap.
Tots.
Because holy crap, do you want to be evil?
Yeah! That's
What
literally...
supervillain does this? It's the Marines.
You just don't do that!
No, you don't.
You're a monster.
And if you want to feel even worse, this might be the last time that the Dome car runs on Amtrak. Coming these next couple of months or so. The Dome car is currently on the Downeaster. It'll be there until, almost the end of September, and then it's going to be carried back to Albany and used on the Adirondack for about a month, and then it's going away.
But hey, if you want to feel a little better, I know just the place for you. 550 pounds of marijuana were recently seized from a railroad car.
Yeah, okay, where
Not
was
where I
it?
thought that was going, but good.
I thought he was going to
From
say
us,
Paradise,
carry on.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, go on, TJ. You're on the high note here.
It says, Arkansas authorities seized more than 500 pounds of marijuana from a railroad car in Camden and say the drugs have a street value of $500,000.
Wow.
I'm surprised it's that low, actually.
Well, with all the legal weed, marijuana prices go down.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Sucks for the cops who seized it. They're not going to make as much money.
Yeah.
It says on Sunday, police were told 3 males were on top of a railroad tanker car. They responded to find a bag filled with tools, some rope, which appeared to be used to enter the tanker car. Later Monday afternoon, police were contacted again about a male driving around the area of the tank car. On Wednesday, investigators obtained a search warrant and found 22 bundles of marijuana in the railroad car.
In a tank car.
In a
Yeah.
tanker?
Yes.
That's kind of strange.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know
So-
you were...
I get the process of thinking. Who's gonna look in the tank car because it's an interesting place to hide things, and it might be an empty tanker. My question though is, so you've put the marijuana in the tank car.
Yeah.
How do you get it out?
With the rope.
With a rope and some tools, apparently.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, they got it out.
Yeah.
With the rope.
Yeah.
Well, clearly they didn't because the police found
No,
the car
by
full
they,
of
I mean the police.
marijuana.
The police got it out.
Yeah, they didn't find a railroad car that it at one point was full of marijuana.
Well, I'm saying the police got it out. They didn't have to cut the tank car in half to get to it,
As far as we know.
as far as we know. They didn't have to perform a C-section on the tank car.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A PTC section.
Speaking of getting something out, the route at the rail yard recently came out with an episode of the Roundhouse podcast on the Chris
Good off.
Holman's very
I'm
own
just kidding.
Allentown and Auburn Railroad. So if you want to hear a little bit about the Allentown and Auburn, contact Chris Holman. Don't go watch the podcast.
Yeah.
Because we're the only train-related podcast on the internet.
Yeah, we're the best one, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
if
the
you want
only...
to go to the A&A, don't go to that A&A. Go to the other one, except don't because
Except don't, because
they're-
they don't have steam.
Yeah, they're sad because they're putting away engine 18 because it needs inspections or something. They broke something.
Wah, wah.
I think we've learned the repairs are more extensive than first thought. So they broke their engine and now they're not using it.
That's just steam engines.
Yeah, the Arcade in Attica is maxed out.
This looks like it might be cracked, and everything else is broken.
Yay!
It's okay. The repair will only
whatever.
cost $500,000. Oh, actually, it'll cost more.
Also,
No.
for the best comment on this post,
Oh no.
there's no other steam engine locomotives available that you can use from another part of the state?
Yes, let me just borrow that.
Yeah. There are no other steam engine locomotives.
Also, pause. Arcade in Attica is in New York State, right?
No.
No? Where is it?
Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, then there's tons of them. I thought they were in New York State.
I thought they
No.
were too.
I think they're like bordering both. I think they go into both.
Because if the answer is New York State, the answer to that question is no.
And
Oh, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure they go
In
in.
Attica. I mean, their main office is in New York.
Yeah.
yeah.
Arcade, how about this? Arcade is in New York. Is Attica in New York?
Yes.
Attica is also in New York.
I knew it was in New York.
I'm thinking of.
So the answer is no, there are no other steam engine locomotives available.
There's an I-1 that you can borrow, but you need
No.
to fix it first.
I mean, you can always borrow 39. Oh, wait.
Well, it doesn't have that coast-to-coast tender. So.
Yeah, it doesn't have a tender.
Well, it has a tender. It has a small tender.
Oh, does it have the small one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the
Small,
reason they got
teeny.
rid of the coast to coast, or the thing that they exchanged basically was a bunch of money to fix their actual smaller tenders.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
They gave it to them in exchange for a bunch of money, so they sold it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was actually a bunch of money or if it was, something legal like with grants or
Right,
with volunteer work or something. But it was in exchange for something to help them fix their other tender.
Okay.
Ellis, did you say volunteer work?
I said something.
But did you say volunteer work?
Probably why.
Because
Volunteer work!
Because I know something or other about volunteer work, especially
know?
at a railroad in Maine called the WWNF.
Well, we weren't talking about railroads in Maine.
Oh, well, now we are.
Yeah, we are.
That's what a
Look at me.
segue does, Alice. I'm
Yeah.
glad you figured it out finally.
Nope, you pointed out the segue, now you get a point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what?
No, I don't give it to him. It was good. It was good banter.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve it this time.
Top dance.
this
Not
time.
cheating, I promise. So recently at the WWNF, more work is being done on their bridge.
Which
they-
link is this?
The
The first
which one? The first one? That
I
is.
said, is it? No, I'm like, which link are you talking about?
I'm talking about the first link.
Okay.
And so they put up abutments and apparently bridge piers. It looks like. Oh no, there are no piers. It's just abutments. Never mind. It's just weird
It's only
they're in
one
the middle.
span.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of work is being done at the WWNF. Also, they found an original abutment, which is pretty cool. Which they're
I'm sorry, what?
they found an original abutment timber.
Like they found
well-
bits of old abutment while
Yeah.
they were building the new
Oh,
abutment.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing they found the old abutment. Did they not know where it was?
Oh, look, there it was. I forgot.
Yeah, it's like... okay.
Also, on the grade up to the bridge, they are putting in the retaining wall to fix the pinch point, which is an area where rock has been falling and eroding from the right-of-way, like falling onto and then also eroding away from the right-of-way on either side, so it pinches in the middle now.
It's sort of
I'll
down.
play with
It's sort of on a cliff.
Yeah, but they're fixing it with a retaining wall. Woo! And then, recently they also came out with a video with like an in-depth photo slideshow of the whole project. So if you don't know much about it, what was that? That sounded interesting.
What?
I don't know. I
Didn't hear
heard
anything.
Was it something in the video?
it was something in a. Oh, it is in the video. I thought it was in someone's background because it
I was
sounds
like,
so
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really-
not either.
No, it sounds super low quality, so I was like, oh, it's in someone's background of their video, of like their headphones or whatever. But yeah, so there's a video on that if you need all the information. And then also, they are recreating another piece of history with a couple weeks ago, they did the annual picnic, and this year they had World War I reenactments, including a camp, transport on the train, and guns. They shot lots of guns.
And lots of guns.
America. Yeah.
They even shot mortars.
May this event go down in history commemorating the famous World War I Battle of Maine.
of Maine, of Alma, Maine. But yeah, it looks really cool, actually. And hopefully it returns next year bigger and better.
Yeet.
Yeah. So, I have no segue to this, but the Cuyahoga Valley,
Making history.
well, by saving for California Zephyr cars,
Yay,
Actually-
California Zephyr
Yeah.
cars.
for California Zephyr cars, specifically the Silver Lariat, the Silver Solarium, the Silver Peak, and the Silver Rapids are
I've seen
now
those.
finding their way to the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad.
Glad it wasn't the no, mess.
Where they will be pulled by 765.
Oh
soon.
my god, 765! It's never been there before!
You know, I
That's
will go
cool,
on
but
record
yeah.
saying, can we please get a different engine? I would be happy to see 1225 down here.
Listen. Shut up. Because some people don't get any steam engine.
Can we have
I
our
know,
cars
I know.
back?
Rhode Island.
Can we have our cars back?
No,
But I like Silver Lariat.
no, it's ours now. Go
You
find your
wait.
own Silver Lariat.
That is our Silver Lariat.
Well, not anymore. It's
Yoink.
mine now.
Bastards.
It was your silver lariat.
It was.
And our Silver
How
Solarium.
did this happen, by the way? How did these cars get there?
I
What-
don't know.
They were. It was a set of 4 private cars that were owned by a group of like friends that I've actually met before, and they showed us through the cars at Denver Union Station, where they offered to.
Oh, okay.
We were filthy and stuff from work, but anyway, it's a group of friends that own private cars, and for whatever reason, they got listed on Ozark Mountain as a set of 4, I think, last year.
Yep.
So they've been trying to sell them.
Oh, okay.
And we
buy
bought
them?
them.
Just kidding.
It's good to hear that they're going to a good hump because they were like several $1 million a piece.
Whatever. You know what you can get for much less than several $1 million a piece?
What's
Belgium
that?
Jollies?
Some FL9s.
Damn.
Pullmans.
CDOT, which is Connecticut Department of Transportation, recently auctioned off 6 FL9s. 2 of them, or one of them went to
Let me see.
one of them went to the Cape, Connecticut, Cape Cod, Cape Cod Central Railway. 2 of them went to Texas Grapevine Historical Railway for Kevon. The first one went for the Cape one went for 56,000. The ones for Grapevine went for 72 and 75,000 respectively. 2 to the Boston Surface Railroad, which is their first pieces of equipment. Hopefully they'll start operating soon. I can talk about them later. For 51,000 and 85,000 for the second one. And finally, Web Rail bought one for 93,000. So they definitely went up in price towards the end of the competition there.
They all got saved.
They all got saved, all 6 of them that Connecticut Department of Transportation has been sitting on for God knows how many years.
They're
But-
basically the
Half
most
of a
modern
century
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, but they've all been auctioned off. They're all going to places, and none of them are scrapyards.
Good.
So
Well, that's good.
the guys at the Providence Northern were like, "Wow, they're they're awful engines."
Huh.
Apparently, they don't really run well because of the Boco truck, which has one unpowered axle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't it's slippery. It doesn't have a lot of power, and the mechanics and electric situation is kind of weird because of the fact that they needed to be third rail and yeah. But anyway, I hope all
it's
these
fine.
railroads get good use out of them, and I wish them well, and I definitely wish the Boston Surface Railroad well because I'm looking forward to that commuter service coming to fruition. It's going to be the first private commuter service in the area
Well, that'd
At
be
least-
great for me.
in a long time. Yeah, for you. And for me when I need to go to the Worcester office. So,
Yeah. Well, when you need to come visit me.
yeah, well, anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. They've got their track agreement, I think. They've got
They have a
engines.
schedule.
Now they
pro-
have a
They have a proposed schedule.
proposed schedule.
It's only proposed.
And they have 2 engines now. The only thing they're missing is coaches. So,
Those are kind of important for passenger trains, but
More or
Nah.
less.
Let them ride on the top.
Well, you know what is important
get by
and
with
is
a flat car.
passenger train related?
what?
2926 is up and running.
Hey.
sort of.
Sort of. She's not moving, but she's up.
It makes steam.
It's
Make
awake.
steam.
It's awake.
Steam.
Graham posted no fewer than 5 links to 29, 26 things.
She's not turning a rod yet, but she probably will be within the next month or so.
That's good.
Yeah.
Give me steam.
Yes. Good for
So
them.
it's good.
You know what?
Shit.
You know what else is important for passengers?
What's that?
The trains. So
Yeah.
there's a couple
Yeah,
of
we
videos here.
Yeah, we should probably save the Southwest Chief.
Yeah, there's a couple of videos here, some promotional stuff. Save the Southwest Chief.
Didn't we?
I mean, yes.
Wasn't there a thing that they put it to a vote in Congress as to whether or not the Southwest Chief should continue operating in a vote of like 94-6? They said yes.
Actually, Amtrak.
Yeah.
Wasn't Amtrak like, we don't want to run the Southwest Chief anymore, and Congress said you will continue to run the Southwest Chief?
By Amtrak you mean Anderson, and
yes.
And yes, there's the
Yes, I actually just found an article about it.
We have one here. They're pushing to maintain the Southwest Chief, and there's an amendment to give it the funding and stuff like that, but it needs to go all the way through, and the important thing is they need to get the Tiger Grant funds, which Anderson turned down. Because,
of course he did.
Well, because he didn't want to run the stupid train.
That's well and dandy until your oversight committee says you will run this goddamn train or you will fucking leave.
Yeah.
Preferably the latter.
Yes, which I think Congress is starting to get to that point.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. There's a lot of people pushing for these. But yeah,
anybody who's paying any real attention to Amtrak, which in fairness I wouldn't doubt that Congress is not, A, because they're all idiots, and B, because they honestly have bigger fish to fry.
Well, and C, because they're a bunch of relatively wealthy individuals who don't, who probably fly most places.
Yeah, A, they don't
that
care. B, they're useless anyway, and C, they have bigger things to be worrying about. But regardless, if anybody in Congress is paying attention to Amtrak right now, I'm having difficulty thinking that they're justifying any of what's going on.
How did this guy get in power again?
I don't know. Something about airlines and being some corporate pleb.
Well, who
gives really good head, apparently.
Whoa.
Who put him there? Oh, speaking of people in charge, apparently the current head of Steamtown is going to be promoted to a higher oversight position. So,
oh really? Oh yeah, we heard about this. That's right.
And so I'm wondering who her successor is going to be and how they're going to tackle what's going on. I hope it's somebody good.
I think so.
Obviously, there's good reason to be nervous, but I would assume that she gets to a point who her successor
Make
is.
Steamtown,
or at the very, very least, is
going to a
has a big say.
Yeah,
in who
I would hope
replaces
so.
her. Additionally, she'll probably be doing a lot of the training for whoever it is. So
that's true. Yeah, I hope things are good there. Also, things are good there. The Delaware Lackawanna had a record in traffic in June.
Sweet.
Over 1,000 carloads. All-time monthly record. So through the first 6 months of 2018, the railroad handled almost 5,000 cars, 13% increase over the same period last year. So that's impressive. That's a lot of cars moved by this relatively small railroad. Unfortunately, again, they can't catch a break either because I had a huge washout near Nyack Tunnel. But
maybe it's because half of Pennsylvania's underwater.
Yeah. At least they're not on fire.
Yeah.
Could be worse. They could have 10 miles of track washed out.
Rip.
Looking at you, Potomac Bay.
Well, to have track washed out, you need to actually have track. And,
well, there may not be much track for much longer. Yeah. Because work has finally begun on the Salmonberry fail.
The fail.
I'm going to refer to it as that Salmonberry fail.
It isn't a fail yet. It's just disappointing. It's just, I'm not mad, I'm just
Give it time.
Give it time.
Give it time and a crayon.
It's not a fail yet. Oh, trust me.
But anyways, they're starting work on that. And they want to repurpose 84 miles of it out of the 106 miles of the branch line to a multi-use trail, and I have no idea what they're going to do with the whale.
Probably sell it to people like the WWF.
Tear it up and turn it into road.
Lord.
Tear them up, throw them in the roads.
Speaking of George the Steamroller, because I guess why not throw this little bit of news in? Somebody recently, a collector of Thomas the Tank Engine props, recently bought the actual Sir Handel prop.
That's awesome. No, speaking of George the Steamroller, freaking... Oh, where is this? Sheridan, Pennsylvania.
Is this the traction engine thing?
Yes!
Oh my god.
They finished a replica of a gigantic steam tractor. So... Oh my god, it's big and shiny.
That's what she said.
Saturday marked the culmination of more than a decade of work.
Hey, I've seen one of these.
Also what she
150
said.
horsepower steam tractor.
Okay, it's only built for 2 years.
Yeah, so assembly began about 6 months ago and continued nearly non-stop until completion. Gary Bradley estimated he worked on the project for about 3,000 hours over the years. It went smoothly thanks to Anderson's precise designs and castings. The colors even matched the original design for the tractor. How do they know? Everything was built from scratch except for the boiler. The boiler.
That's a good question.
That's the coolest everything.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
I thought they just restored it. I didn't realize it was a new build.
Yeah, no, they built that thing.
That's cool.
So
Cool to see where
take this and run it down the Salmonberry Trail when it's done.
Yeah, jeez.
Or they can run
So,
it on the North Coast Trail.
This is the one time that I will ever use this terminology willingly.
Uh-oh.
Speak of road locomotives.
Why?
This is the thing I was hinting to earlier.
No.
Yeah, now he gets it. It took a second.
Well, I wasn't sure what you meant, but here we go.
Yeah. This past Wednesday, the Colorado Railroad Museum, with an employee, moved their SD40T-2. Sorry, it's late. From Coors Brewery, where it's been stored for the past 8 years since it was donated to the museum by Union Pacific after its retirement, to the main museum campus, and it's now sitting right next to 683 with, this... You drive into the museum and you see 683 and the tunnel motor right behind it, and that's an 1890s rear grand locomotive and a 1980s rear grand locomotive. So you have 90 years of motive power right there. We may have destroyed the road slightly out in front of the museum because, lo and behold, craning a locomotive along it and then trying to turn the bulldozers that are lifting it up. It's not great for asphalt. But yeah. There's video online. There probably will be more research or more surfacing shortly, in addition to some official museum PR related to it. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, that's cool. You got that thing into the building finally. I thought it was just over there. It's over there just hanging out, or it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was under the impression that Coors was just using one of your locomotives.
No.
Was actually using one of your locomotives.
No. It was. They just stored it at Coors because 8 years ago they had no idea how to get it to the museum, or they just didn't have the time and money.
Well, there was a ditch in the way.
There is still a ditch in the way.
But you guys figured it out. That's what you took. You took the 8 years and you figured it out. I'm proud of you guys.
Not quite though, because
No?
the actual figuring it out would involve us actually having our main line service track put back in. This was just we're going to use the road
You
bridge.
figured it out. You figured it out. You didn't have to do that. You
Little
used
insider scoop
Plan
for the audience as well.
Z.
Plan Z. Insider scoop for the audience as well. This locomotive had to go over a bridge to vault aforementioned ditch. And when we talked to the city of Golden about the bridge and what kind of weight it could take, they came back to us and said, well, we know it's a bridge and we know it was built sometime between 1930 and 1940. We have no other idea about any specifications relating to this bridge. So
Sounds like
we didn't park the tunnel motor through 44th Avenue, which was good. Even though that was a very real possibility up until the moment that we were sitting on the bridge.
Well, and if it had collapsed, just stay there. It's on display.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Static display.
Yeah.
This is what it would have looked like if a train crashed off the main line and went through this bridge.
This is a visual representation of railroad economics.
This is what happens when you take out the main and put a ditch in the way.
No. You just put it there and you bolt a big plaque to it that says Rule G.
Yeah.
Go home.
No.
train your
You
truck.
paint Delta Airlines on the side.
Delta. Oh no.
Ooh.
Such a horrible airline. Let's call them Delta.
Anyway, let me get
Speaking of bench,
what?
speaking of benchings on the ground, White Pass 61 is being worked on still. They got all the tubes out of the boiler.
Oh, is it the Stockton thing?
This is Stothy's engine.
You might as well call them White Pass update.
Yeah.
White Pass 61 update. Anyways, they're doing some wheel work on it, and yeah, they've been getting some progress done on it. It's remarked to be good for being in the Wibber, for what was in the Wibber for 30 years.
Many years. Take
Yeah.
I mean,
your damn
the
engine
thing
out of
is-
my river.
The thing is that we've seen some amazing stuff that can be done with engines that are in just unbelievable shape. Like in New Zealand, that engine that was buried for years, and now it's
Yeah.
just the most beautiful goddamn thing.
Yeah, this is going to be 61 when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be 61. I've seen the photos of her back in the day. Pretty good. I'll see if I can find one real fast.
I'm
By the
more
way,
interested in Stothy's
why-
other project, his actual business endeavor, and not the personal project, that being 169.
Giggity.
Well, the 169 is being restored in Alamosa.
No, it's not. Or sorry, the 168. Yes, it is. Ugh. I apologize. I jumped all over you for that. I feel bad. Sorry.
No,
yes,
it's
169.
not.
169 is in Alamosa, and it is being restored, sort of. 168.
And the
I mean.
168 is being restored.
Thank you, Milky. I'm sorry.
So
Yeah,
they're
anyway.
both being restored some way.
Yeah. I'm more excited about 168 because it has the potential to do something, but. And it's supposed. The sad thing is, 168 is supposed to be finished before 20 is.
I mean, I don't
started,
think
I think 2 years
20 is
ago,
going
and
to
we
be
sta-
finished.
Yeah,
If
it
it's at the
started
lane
168
mode,
2 years ago, and 20 was started 12 years ago now.
well, if it's up to Lynn Modinger, then
If it was
Mr.
up
it's
to
going to
Lynn.
be finished.
I've heard the words out of Lynn's mouth via audio recording of a press conference thing. If it were up to Lynn Modinger, he would 3-foot gauge the entirety of the Strasbourg Railroad and run it there.
Okay, there's a photo of 6. But yeah, I heard that. It was from a Roundhouse podcast thing.
That's why those guys are no good. Just kidding.
Dirty.
Uh,
Are they making trouble? Are they causing trouble in our neighborhood?
Dinkelberg.
Dingleberg.
Cause
Not
Amtrak
so
caused
much.
trouble in your neighborhood when they hit somebody. But
Yeah.
it's okay, they didn't actually hit anybody. They just hit a truck. It was empty.
Okay. These
Truck
things
and
happen.
people too,
It
Ellis.
really amped up the front of the
Truckers
engine.
and
though.
fuckers shipped by
It
rail.
looks real rough. No, like a pickup truck.
Oh,
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure it was a pickup truck.
Well,
It was
it
an
was a
Unoccupied vehicle illegally on the tracks. So there's your...
unoccupied vehicle illegally on the tracks.
Yeah, it was a pickup truck.
Somebody just decided to park on the level crossing.
No. A pickup truck was left on the tracks after it became unhitched from towing. So it was being towed,
Oh.
then went over the level crossing and got left
Okay.
behind. And then it got
Okay.
slammed by an Amtrak train.
Yeah.
But everybody's okay.
Illegally parked is a little bit harsh for something that broke away.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You're towing your truck somewhere, it comes undone, gets hit by a train, and you get slapped for the parking ticket for where it wound up.
Well, don't do that. Freaking hilarious. Anyway, let's tear through some other stuff so we have some time to talk about
Oh wait,
2019.
The elephant
there's
in
a
the room.
nice article about the Wammature trolley, and they it is one of 3 things I have that I've known about for a while because I've been kind of behind the scenes quite a bit. Still am. But anyways, we've been talking about a battery for our second car up at the Wham Resort.
So you can stop cheating as much.
Huh.
Yeah. What we want to do is install a battery and have that produce the electricity rather than the generator. And if we did that, and if we did that in this family art track building, we could run on try. Not saying we would, not saying try that in reality. But apparently we could save $50 million.
Wow.
Which is apparently what it would cost to install an overhead system on WSD, which is about 6 miles of railroad that goes through a few tunnels, some high trussel or wooden. And admittedly, they were built to steam railroad spec, and became into, and because all the crap that went on was.
Milky, I think we're losing you.
Yeah.
Milky has become of the dead.
He just drifted into the ground.
Now I'm dying, so
I don't feel so good.
Trolley is currently thinking about it, which are the people that own the trolley. So, in the end, they're going to save us a whole bunch of money. But, yeah, Vincent Trolley and the whole money. Close of you. I'm not quite sure about it. I'm on the fence.
Hi, Milky.
I mean, I think the battery is better than a generator trailer, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I am too.
We're switching over to Tesla mode.
The one bummer about the battery versus the generator is when the generator starts to run low, you put more gas in it. When the battery starts to run low, you have to sit there for hours and wait for it to charge back up.
I mean, fair, but this is a little operation.
This is true.
The study is apparently done, and the bugs and bugs that are set at 2,032. 232,000.
I was gonna say that's oddly specific.
Yeah.
It is.
2032. Those $2 are very important.
The blog said it's supposed to go ahead as soon as funding is asserted. Which all the funding is coming from it, Trolley. Not wasting a dime for this. As far as I know. But I'm admittedly more in touch with what's going on at the museum than I am WST. But I do hear about what goes on at WST. But anyways, yeah, that's just good stuff overall if it happens. If it doesn't happen, then we're one the way that we've been running for the past 30 years. Except for that 1 year that Gales Creek Enterprises took over, but we don't talk about that.
Well,
anyways, big and good out there. Back advance. It will allow us to buy the lesson. Every dollar.
Bye, Milky.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah, Milky, you're dying.
he did.
I don't know why.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
According to Skype, I'm not dead. So,
well,
you know.
it's just
According to us, you are.
yeah.
No, that's 3-1.
I blame
4-1.
Microsoft and their
I
crappy
can't count.
program.
I mean,
Anyway, off of the Microsoft crusade, that's the trolleys. Anyways, we got a grant. It doubles the money that we do for every donation that we get now. So that's
Yay.
good. The faster we can own them, the faster. Our newsletter also came out and describes it a bit more in detail, including the clips which was our fundraiser. It worked really well. And we have another fundraiser yet again. We currently have 3 fundraisers, and 2 of them I can talk about. And one I'll talk about probably in a few months. But it's getting there. The Milan car, turning lemons into lemonade.
Oh yeah, this is your thing that burned down.
One of our cars had an accidental fire. Yeah. We believe that it's believed that an ember from a small grass fire got into the roof and engulfed the car.
Oof.
Now I saw where the small grass fire was, and by all means, it really shouldn't have done that. But like it was about 5 inches in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
It really shouldn't have done that, but it somehow did. And I put our account to the story. It doesn't act up, but it happens. But anyways, there's those 2 things. One, everything was because they just put Bondo. And it would require the frame-up restoration anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
that last sentence was abnormally clear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Keep doing whatever you were
weird.
doing.
Yeah, anyways, and the second one is we need a second car barn. With drier, hotter summers, the risk of fires outside is becoming greater. This leaves all streetcars sitting outside as a fire risk. Especially our wooden ones that we have outside. So, if our baggage car out back caught on fire, it would have been gone. By the time the fire department got there, it would have been gone.
I like the fact that on the Charlie's main page about it, it says that its car status is to be determined.
Well,
Cooked.
it's to be determined now. But anyways, it's
And that killed him.
after,
Got him.
He's no mas.
after the so anyways, this is kickstarting our fundraiser for the second car barn. Which is going to go right behind our current car.
Okay.
Anyways, we've been in contact with folks in Milan who have technical information about the car.
No.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah. I don't
Anyway,
know what you're saying, but good luck.
As funds are out. First part.
Can you hear
Milky.
us?
Milky.
What?
We can't hear you.
at all.
Just give up.
No, I'm not giving up, damn it.
We can't hear you.
And now that can
The audience can't.
The
hear.
audience-
the audience at home
The audience can definitely not hear
Audience,
you if we
comment
can't hear
if you
you.
can hear me.
comment F in chat
cannot
because you
hear you.
can't hear him.
No. The audience is just hearing my audio. I can't hear you.
No, type save
no.
Moki in
Your
chat.
mic just like fades and fades and fades and fades.
Into oblivion.
We're getting, maybe the tips of every 5th word.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We got
Well,
the-
we got that one
we got that one.
for some reason.
Anyways, we're using this as the Kickstarter for our second
God damn it.
car
Does anybody else have news?
barn. I do. We're
No,
Not
no,
you.
no, not you. Golden Spike.
Trimax rebuilding something.
Golden.
I don't have time for this ad blocker.
Golden. Oh, ad blocker, get out of here.
But you know what I have time for?
Okay,
Talking
Utah
about
officials are spending $2
Mordor
million.
brand.
Utah officials are spending $2 million to throw the biggest and best party for the 150th anniversary of the Golden Spike.
Good.
That's a lot of money.
That is
I
a lot
heard
of
something absolutely disgusting the other day
money. Oh dear.
with relation to the Golden Spike.
Uh-oh.
Did you?
How
So,
early it is in the summer? Yeah.
well, yeah,
You
that.
know what?
I mean, we don't get to pick
Also-
that.
Yes.
I wish we did.
It's almost as if they were sort of in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn them. Also, my sister is, she's in her senior year of high school right now, and she's on the volleyball team. They're doing their homecoming float, and the theme is coast to coast.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
So my parents came up with the
boy,
idea.
do I have a tender for you.
What?
Coast to coast tender.
Oh, I see. I didn't hear the tender part of that.
You did
Anyway,
mistake.
what did you think?
They said they figured, coast to coast would be a cool theme. So, coast to coast is the theme. They figured a cool one would be, what if they did the Transcontinental Railroad, and at the float they tried to replicate the picture with, 118 and Jupiter nosed into each other.
Uh-huh.
And all the parents are like, oh, that's sweet, that's so cool, we could replicate the picture and all that stuff. And none of the girls on the volleyball team had ever seen the picture before.
Jeez.
Oh, not even in a history book?
No.
Oh,
None of
wow.
these kids know what the Transcontinental Railroad is.
Wow.
Disappointed.
That's disgusting.
It's because it's
It is
racially
disgusting.
insensitive.
Despacito.
Disgraceful.
It's because the
And
Transcontinental
on
Railroad
that
is racist.
bombshell,
And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you. Good night. No,
No, okay. We have to talk about the thing, though.
let's
thing.
talk
Big
about
elephant in the
Tane.
room.
Talk
Or
about
not
the thing.
Tane,
Talk about the Tane. The Tane.
And the person who has the most experience with it won't be able to hear.
Yeah.
What about
Loki.
now?
Okay, you sound marginally better. Milky, what do you think about 2019?
I think it's awesome. I can finally talk about it. It's great. The graphics are great. And the interface is a little bit mixed reviews. I think it's good. Other people think it's fucking garbage.
Garbo! But yeah, Trains 2019 is coming out. What's funny about Trains 2019 is when they were setting up the thing for Tane, when they were prepping, like, Tane,
Yeah.
they gave us all the, hey, it's gonna have this, and then it's gonna have this, and it's gonna have this.
And then womp
And-
womp.
And, well, no, but we got most of those things. The only thing that like,
Eventually.
still doesn't work right is
Smoke.
the smoke. But it's like, we got the sway, we got the
Yeah.
the track switches, we got the interlocking towers, we got, most of the cool stuff that they said we were gonna get, and we got a game that looks pretty good that runs terribly. And Trains 2019, so far it's been like, you're gonna get
I
a game. Probably.
I have a low-end PC, and it runs it really well.
Well, see, that I'm excited about. I'm excited to hear that it runs really well. But it's like, we have no other indication of what, like, there are no big-ticket items.
The public is
No.
in the dark.
The only-
Well, yeah.
I'd venture to say that the only big ticket item is multiplayer surveyor, and that's not even confirmed yet.
Yeah, no, they've talked about what they wanted to do, but they haven't really talked about it in a while. They've just been sort of
Right.
like, hey, check it out, it looks really cool. And it's like, okay. And then also, so they named the price, which is a little bit pricey, but, I mean, I
Yeah,
can
what is it,
understand it.
subscription model's kind of...
Yeah, and then they have the
$70.
subscription model. So the subscription model, apparently everybody was freaking out. I was talking in the
It's a
fan-
topic
Yeah,
of much
everyone
debate.
had cow over this, and
I
I was
was-
like, guys, they said that was going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they announced this when they first announced 2019, like, probably over a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And B, you can still just buy the game and have
Yeah.
the game and have it
Right.
and use it like a normal person.
Like they've
So-
always used the game.
Yeah, don't worry if you think that, oh god, Trains is going to a subscription model, it's the end of the world. First of all, no. Second of all, we already kind of have that because we have had first class tickets forever.
Yeah.
But now
And-
they made the subscription model better than a first class ticket.
Now you get more.
How dare they?
No, but there's the base, which is like the first class ticket, and yeah, and
That's
then
it.
there's like you get the next thing is like you get all this DLC,
Okay.
and
Free stuff.
the DLC is rotated in, and you have a discount in the store.
And you get to choose which DLCs. too,
Yeah,
out
and
of
you
a bunch.
you get like a butt ton of stuff, and then the next one is if you don't want to buy the game, you just want to get the subscription. You can just get the subscription, and you'll get Tane and 2019, as well as like beta access to all the updates.
Tane if you don't already have Tane, by the way.
Yeah, and plus all of the other things, all the other things. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, I
Yeah,
like
and
what
it's-
they've done.
And it's not breaking the bank either.
I mean, it's $15 a month, which if you have if you're an adult, is not that bad. I can understand, coming from the point of somebody that doesn't,
Yeah.
That goes to school, then yeah, that's pricey. But,
Yeah, well, and it's
but again, you don't need
$15
it.
a month is not bad. However, $15 a month for what it is, it's sort of the point I brought up in the group the other day. If you're going on the subscription model of $15 a month, after 4 months, you've already,
You bought the
it
game.
would have been
You paid
cheaper
for
to
the
just
game.
buy the base game.
Yeah.
Why would you do the subscription model if you plan to play the game for more than a couple months?
You also get DLC that's worth more than that $15 rival.
Yeah. Well, you get
Good
all
text.
this other stuff. It's just like the extra $5 is buying the game. The game itself. So, I don't know. It's the kind of thing where we really are going to have to, and this is the point where we run out of information.
Basically.
This
Yeah.
is, we don't know exactly how often they're going to release updates and how, what's going to be in them. And they have said that if you don't get the subscription plan, they're going to bundle up all the cool updates together and then you can buy them later as like as a pack.
A full product, yeah, it
Yeah.
says.
Also, for
And-
reference, I'm going to repost my 2019 screenshot.
And so, that's really cool. I mean, I'm just interested in the fact that it's a very good looking game with a whole bunch of other cool tools like the ground cover and stuff that is going to be extremely useful to me. Apparently, they've improved the AI as well, which is nice. Honestly, I
I've been
don't have
quite
any
impressed.
qualms with AI right now. AI is doing pretty well for me after SP3, and yeah, this is what Milky's SP3 looks like, or SP3 2019 looks
That's
like.
on about. I buy best
Garbo
estimate medium
computer.
setting.
I was going to say that's being run on a potato, so...
No, Milky's
Well, it's
computer's not a
medium
potato
settings.
anymore.
But
Honestly,
3D
my
graphs
computer's kind of more
works.
potato than his is.
And the 3D graphs actually sways with the wind. It's pretty cool.
That's not, yeah, no, we were watching it like sway as a train went by.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing.
And they also make some of the older equipment look way better. Because of
Yeah,
how
it's
3D
amazing how
sound.
much shading does.
Yeah.
I know. It's all about the shaders.
It is all about the shaders.
Somebody the other day when we were talking about it said, it just looks like the other one, but with more shaders.
Uh-oh.
Shaders are everything.
Yeah, they are.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
We lost a Wybold.
He's dead.
He is dead.
F.
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 Well, I hope he can get back in.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, nobody
All the-
panic.
All
I
all
had-
the assets on this route, by the way, that are built in,
Yeah.
including those beautiful trailer downtown.
So nobody panic. I had a perfectly rational and reasonable conversation in the guest list about what was going on. Not in the guest list, in the fan chat about what was going on with the subscriptions and this and that and the other thing, and everyone was just like, yeah, and I can understand that this is expensive. Again, it was more of the conversation that we're having now. I'm really just parroting a lot of the thoughts that came out of it,
Yeah.
and they were like, everyone in the Approach Medium Discord is losing their minds.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
I
God,
saw that too, and
I
was
saw
jazzed the whole time.
I saw a Facebook post or a Twitter post by Approach Medium himself that was like, I don't really know what Trains is doing with this new subscription model thing. Really a bad idea, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's
Yeah.
like replying to it, like freaking the hell out. They were like, oh my God, subscription, blah, blah. And then like Kevon, he retweeted it and he said, you can also just buy the base game. And then Approach Medium tweeted him back and was like, yeah, well, he was like, yeah, well, like all this stuff is kind of, I think it's confusing people.
It is.
I think
You
Yeah.
mean like you?
Yeah, like you. No, it definitely is confusing. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say it is kind of confusing, and I think a lot of that confusion can be derived from the fact that Ellis, you mentioned TS 2019 doesn't really have a big ticket item. It does have a big ticket item, that being the subscription model, and honestly, that's not a very good big ticket item. This has become such a big issue, I feel like, because there's nothing else really to get excited about because they've been so vague.
Yeah. If you haven't played with it, it doesn't feel like there's a lot going on there.
It feels like it's kind of a ripoff.
Yeah. But it is
like this is a different time of day.
So nice.
Screenshot I took.
Everything I've seen about it makes me go, oh, it's so nice, it's so good, it looks so good. You know, I want it. I'm going to spend the money on it more than likely. It's just a question of what am I going to do, how am I going to pay for it, you know, what am I going to get? Because just like we talked about at the top of the show, we've been thinking a lot about our, you know, potential multiplayer surveyor route in the future, and we don't know how that works yet. So, once the game comes out,
well, we don't even know if it's going to come out in the game either. So.
Yeah, or right away. You know, once the game comes out and we can see more of what it has to offer, I think we're all going to be making our judgments as to when we're going to buy it and how much money we're going to put down on it, and how. Yeah. I've never been a huge fan of DLC. Not just because, not like I don't like DLC, but like,
you've never had the need for DLC.
Yeah, I don't feel like spending the money on DLC in trains, except for KNL stuff that I just use locally and a lot of people have, because I end up building, you know, routes that I distribute, and so I don't want to have anything exclusive.
Yeah.
But that's just me, and the having the DLC, of which N3V's DLC, while having its flaws, is usually pretty nice.
Yeah.
The T1 pack, especially with the fleet of modernism coaches and everything, you know, I definitely got my money's worth out of that. And you know, it's good, and they have some decent stuff, and they have some decent routes, and they have, you know, they distribute things that otherwise you might not notice or get your hands on. Again, the routes especially. I don't ever go out looking for routes to download or to buy. But I see them all in my list there. It's like, oh, this route and this route. And it's usually ones that are not, you know, they aren't made by N3V, but they are N3V sponsored.
Right. I make other JR deals.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think that, just to go on a bit of an aside here, I think that N3V has done a really good job of fostering the community of content creators for trains. In a way that no other train simulator at least really does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because of things...
I think...
What?
Sorry, go ahead and finish.
Well, I was just going to say, because of things like the download station, where you can put up content and download content for free, and, you know, all that
right.
jazz.
Well, along
it's
with that,
interesting
also...
how... Oh, go ahead.
No, I will do is that.
He was next.
Okay. It's interesting as well how it's almost seemed to overtake the game. You know, think of a version like 2004 or even 2006 where you had tons of built-in routes, built-in assets, built-in yada 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 yada. Whereas with the newer versions, there's really not that much built in. It's sort of the assumption that you will
build your own.
You know, use the DLS and use third-party content. The game almost isn't. It seems incomplete, or it seems sort of rough around the edges. All the good stuff for the game is third-party.
Yeah.
Although they kind of did flip on that in Joy 19. They included some great stuff, like these JR cheapy 38s in the game.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that I'm noticing is, like, to kind of bounce off of the whole, like, they're really fostering the whole create your own thing idea in the community. Like, even in Trains 2019, like, they made it now where you can edit all the DLC, you can edit all, like, the built-in stuff. It says, like, even on the website, it says, like, each route utilizes all the latest TRS 2019 content and features and is fully editable by you. Like, they know what their product is, I feel like, which is great. Like they're not like tone deaf to what the community does with their game, which I feel like which I feel like some like game devs are. Yeah. Like, they know that the biggest chunk of their people are people who are making things for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So like the big stuff that they're toting is like all this stuff that you can do in the game now.
And all the backwards compatibility.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like edit more content. Like that's a big headline on their website when you're scrolling down, or like create your dream railroad, build your world, operate the railroad, create content. It's just
They
feels like
they've made that their selling point rather than Williams, and then that's great.
exactly.
That's that. You can. I can easily spend a few hours in trains doing whatever. Where the railroad, where it would take me a few hours to figure out how to get Google Maps.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's good, at least in my opinion, that they are taking their identity as a game in stride rather than just being like, oh yeah, we do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll be able to make a full judgment until the game finally comes out.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Especially
might be
with how
garbage.
vague they're being.
Yeah.
It might be bad.
Might be good. We won't know. But I think this podcast is starting to run a little long here.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm getting a little.
we've had
I'm getting a little
longer,
tired.
but yeah, it's late.
It's late.
I'm
We're all
tired.
getting
I'm
tired.
trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Late, don't you mean early, huh?
Shut up. Last part of the podcast then. What does everyone think is the latest train on Amtrak?
California Zephyr.
Ooh, California Zephyr. Eastbound or westbound?
Both.
No, pick one.
No.
Going to California West.
Going to California. Okay. Milky.
Empire Builder going west.
Empire Builder going west. Okay.
Out of Chicago.
Wild.
Lakeshore Limited eastbound.
Okay.
Or Lakeshore.
TJ.
I had a guess, but it's too late at night for that, so I'd have to say Chief going west.
Chief going west. Okay. So the westbound Chief, which is number 3, is currently 35 minutes late.
Oh,
That's not bad.
The Empire Builder, the westbound Empire Builder, which is number 7, currently an hour and 41 minutes late.
Yeah.
Oof.
Give it some time.
I mean, it's almost all the way through Montana. It's almost made it.
Yeah, it probably won't get much later.
What was the other guesses?
California Zephyr, westbound to California.
Westbound California Zephyr. Ooh, doing very well.
Really?
22 minutes late.
Hey.
At Lincoln, Nebraska is the latest one out of the 2. The other one's only 5
hello,
minutes late.
Nebraska.
Lakeshore Limited to Boston, 1 hour and 21 minutes late. But the taker of the cake. And I'm just making sure that I'm not, picking anything wrong here. Nope, the taker of the cake is the Texas Eagle to Chicago, currently 2.5 hours late at Arkadelphia,
Ooh,
Arkansas.
It's actually not bad.
No, it's Amtrak's doing really well right now.
Yeah.
So
2.5 hours and on the Eagle too. That's kind of a strange one.
yeah. Well, the Eagle's
Yeah.
usually late, but it's usually later than that.
See, I had
Yeah.
the idea. I had the idea to do Northeast Regional coming from Newport News, but I realized that it was too late at night.
Oh well,
So-
there is one.
I know there is one, but like
Sure.
in the middle of the day, morning, after
Yeah. Then it would be late.
midday, they're like 3 hours late. So
Yeah. Right now it's 3 minutes late. So yeah, doing pretty well. Amtrak's doing pretty well overall, despite the fact that they, a couple of the routes really couldn't catch a break lately. Empire Builder got stopped up by a whole bunch of things. Cardinal got stopped up and then derailed in Union Station, which we didn't get to talk about. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Oh wait, no, we've got to do we got to terminate. We've got to do the thingies.
Come on.
Eric
what
writes,
are you doing?
Eric
Come on,
writes another
Ellis.
Japanese thing. Of course he does. TJ goes first.
I mean, if you just the video says it all. It's like a 15-second clip.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh crap! Hold on, it didn't paste right. Hold on. I need this. Wish I had a video to post or something. Eric.
Gunno engine wa shori o
In
ubao.
English, please.
The cancerous engine pulls away with victory.
Okay. Wybold.
I don't really have one.
Oh,
Don't drink and drive, kids.
Rule G.
that was a good one.
Rule G.
Oh wait, Alex.
If you're gonna cheat, do it well.
Alright.
And Milky?
And mine is my local park engine in the next town over at work.
Oh, the salad bowl.
It doesn't have that.
Disappointing. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Terminus podcast, very late episode of the Terminus podcast, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.